Most small business owners are stuck doing what I call random acts of marketing. They are posting here, they're boosting posts, they're hoping that something sticks. And that is not good marketing. That is guessing. And guessing is never going to help you scale. But that's not all, because now AI has changed everything. How people search, how they buy, and how fast they expect you to respond pretty much immediately. And if your marketing isn't evolving with AI, you're going to be left behind. Now, this is where compound marketing comes in. And in this video, I'm going to break down the 4 systems that make compound marketing actually work and how to systematize your marketing so it scales faster, performs better, and gets easier every time you run it. Because when you get these systems running, your business finally feels like a machine with momentum, not a mess held together by duct tape. My name is Stacey Tuschl. I'm an 8-figure business owner, 20 plus years in the game, and we just made the Inc. 5,000 fastest growing companies in America for the last 3 years in a row. Not because we do more, but because our marketing is constantly compounding. So let me show you the 4 gears that will make this machine spin and how AI can actually make each gear smarter, faster, and more consistent than ever. Gear number 1 is the visibility engine, but AI enhanced reach. So this is where your marketing starts, getting in front of brand new people every single week. Right now, my business is generating about 2,000 to 3,000 new leads every week. I'm talking email addresses, and about 70% of those email addresses are giving me phone numbers. New people that I didn't know last week. Now, what happens is most small business owners, they are fishing in the same pond, the same followers, the same list, the same circle. And they're like, Stacey, I don't get it. I'm posting or I'm emailing and no one's doing anything. Because they've already seen your message. And if they were interested, they would have done it last time. But you keep being told, just keep going more. They need to see you 44 times before they'll buy. No. Good marketing, trust me, you know this. Have you ever been on Instagram, saw an ad, have never heard of the company, and clicked to buy in that second? Did you need to see it 44 times? No. So you've got to expand your reach now more than ever, and AI can help you do this really fast. Here are some tactical moves you can start doing now. One is AI topic mining. So you can use tools like ChatGPT or Jasper to research what questions are my ideal clients asking right now. Then you build your next 5 reels or blog posts around it. How many times have you heard do market research and yet you just don't do it because you don't want to call people or email people or survey them and you know they're not going to answer that survey, right? How many surveys do you get? And you're like, no, thank you. Now imagine you just go into AI and say, here's my perfect person. Here, they're female, they're 32 to 45, they have kids, they're married, etc. You just keep going on and on and on, and then say, what are the top 5 things they're searching for online? What are their 5 biggest frustrations? What are their hopes? What are their dreams? You can start to get that information from AI versus doing those 10 phone calls you keep saying you're going to do for market research and you don't do. Another thing is AI keyword insights. So you can use free tools like Google's Gemini or SEMrush AI. It reports to identify high intent local keywords. So plug those keywords into your Instagram captions, into your YouTube descriptions. It is literally telling you this is what they're looking up. This is the language they're using. You can create an AI content calendar. So ask AI to map out 12 months of content themes based on your peak seasons, holidays, or local events. You can generate an entire 12-month calendar in minutes. And I love every time you tell it to do something, it'll say, would you like me to do this? Now, I don't always say yes, but I read what it's asking to see, is that my next best move? If not, I'll say, no thanks, but can you do this instead? Those prompts are sometimes thinking of better things that I personally did not think to do next. AI video hooks. Test 3 different opening lines for your next reel. AI can actually analyze which one performs best across your past videos. So when I make a reel on Instagram or a Facebook ad, I don't just say, 1 minute long spiel. I will have 10 different hooks, meaning the first sentence that I say, I just recorded something where I did 10 different hooks, 2 different bodies, so here's the first sentence, here's pretty much 90% of the script, and then at the bottom there's a CTA, a call to action. So I just recorded 10 hooks, 2 bodies, 2 calls to action. And now my team can go take that and splice it a million ways and figure out which one does better. Now, what's funny is I actually did this outside. So I did all of that wearing sunglasses, and then I did all of it again without sunglasses, because shockingly, sometimes things will do better with the glasses on or not. So the more you can test, the better you can do. And AI can help you do all of this. So imagine you just say, here's an ad I want to run, or here's a reel I want to write. Help me create 10 different hooks, 2 different ways to say this in the body, 2 different ways to have a call to action. Done. It's so easy. So no longer create content for the sake of creating content. You are using AI to know what's working before you ever hit record. That brings us into gear number 2, the lead capture and nurture system. So this is AI-powered connection, because visibility means nothing if you're not capturing the leads the moment they're actually showing interest. Because people have zero patience now. Like, we expect things so fast. I will go on Amazon. We used to think 2-day shipping on Amazon was amazing. I am a lot of times hoping for same day, or can I get it by tomorrow morning, like 7 a.m.? Like, that is how fast we expect things. Now, the good news is AI solves this. You can have instant DMs. You can set up an AI ManyChat workflow. So when somebody comments the word info or DMs a keyword, right, the bot replies instantly with a link or a next step. So we are using ManyChat for this. And I'll tell you this, if you go to my Instagram at Stacey Tuschl, you DM me the word future, okay? I'm going to give you all the links, everything we've talked about in today's episode, so that you can start checking them out and seeing what is good for you. Now, the reason I put it purposely over on Instagram is I want you to see when you do it, it's going to be an automatic reply. Now, what's really cool is I just saw this actually. I shipped back, like, so stupid. I shipped back a pair of Veronica Beard jeans to a company called Rami Brook. Not the same company. I'm like, oh, that was not smart. And they were both like, it was like a $300 pair of jeans. So I messaged Rami Brook and I'm like, hey, here's what I did. Any chance you want to ship me those jeans back? This was amazing. I got an automated, like, immediately got a reply through email that basically said, I'm going to paraphrase, but it basically said like, hey, I'm, the AI assistant. That's a real big bummer. You sent the wrong pants back. We really want to make sure, like, this sounds important. We want to make sure we can get them back to you. So I'm going to ping in a human because we've got to make sure you get your jeans back. I was like, wow. Okay. This bot was so good, was doing all the things I would hope a human would do, answered instantly, but also said, we're going to take care of you. Let me get a real person to step in here. You're going to get a response in 24 hours. I was blown away. I am a Rami Brook fan for life. Smart opt-ins. You can use AI-generated lead magnets. So ask it to write you a quick guide, a checklist, or a quiz tied to your top service. Then have your CRM automatically send it over. You can use behavior-based follow-up tools. So ActiveCampaign, Go High Level can trigger AI-written emails depending on what the lead just did, clicked, opened, ignored, etc. This is one thing we are going to start testing, whether it's Q4 or Q1, but actually having AI respond to emails we receive. Again, I kind of picture it to be more like Rami Brook, where you send something and then maybe a human gets involved if there's certain things they couldn't ask. I will tell you, one of my friends just did this test and it was over Saturday and Sunday, right? So the business is closed Friday, 5 p.m. And over the weekend, it was like, hi there, whatever you want to call your AI bot. Here is the answer I believe that is best for you. But guess what? Monday morning when the team is back in office, they're still going to check this email and then let you know the right answer. But wanted to give you a quick reaction, right? So what was really cool was they did an audit. So smart. So the next day when they get back on Monday, they check all 100 emails and they see what the bot responded to in those 100 emails. Guess how many they got right? 100 out of 100. So now they're not saying, oh, a human's going to check it. They're saying, here is your response. Then they're kind of manually going in and auditing every so often, a few of them. And as long as they're getting 100% out of 100%, they're golden. Okay. Now you can also say, if this didn't answer your question, please reply back and we'll make sure a human jumps in and helps you. So this could be something where, right now, good customer service is Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Maybe you get a response back within a few hours. Imagine every person that messages you gets an immediate response with the right answer. You guys, when I say if you're not jumping on AI, you will be out of business, because if your competitor gets information, gets this info, starts doing it, you will never be able to compete with what they're about to do. So get on board, and get on board yesterday. Now, you can also have personalized sequences. So you can use AI to write segmented nurture sequences, one for cold leads, one for warm, one for past clients. There's just so many options here. You shouldn't be chasing every lead manually. Let AI nurture hundreds of leads while you focus on running the business. Gear number 3 is the conversion engine. So this is AI optimized sales flow. So this is where the money is actually made, and most small business owners are losing it right here. They work so hard to generate leads, but they don't know why. Some are buying and others are ghosting. AI can now give you that clarity. So you can do an AI sales review. You can record your consult calls. You can upload them to AI with Fireflies, Fathom. If you're an in-person brick and mortar business and you're not doing things on Zoom, I know a lot of people say but I can't do this. Yes, you can. There is a really cool tool called Plaud, P-L-A-U-D. You can buy it right on Amazon, and it comes in 2 different forms. So there is something called a note pin, and that thing it's like a magnet. You can put it on your shirt. You can pin it. You can wear it as a watch, okay? So it's recording your front desk. It's recording what's going on when maybe you aren't able to actually watch it, okay? So that's going to be massive. Another one is actually really convenient. It hooks right to the back of your phone, and you just set it down again wherever you want, and it's going to grab that transcription. This is now going to be something you can use into AI, and we have all of our sales audits in AI. So we used to have a person manually audit our sales calls, which means he was limited. He could only do, I think he was doing 2 per person per week, which sounds pretty good. However, they were taking 25 to 30 sales calls, and they were only getting audited on 2. Now we put that entire audit process into AI. And as soon as they hang up the call, AI within literally minutes is giving them a report card. And it's this unbiased, here is what you did. Here's what happened that you did, which is why the call was won. Here is what you missed, which was why the call was lost. They are improving in real time. Our sales conversion rate was about 30-ish%. I think we were at 27%. I want to say in June. And then by August, end of August, 51%. You guys, I am telling you, they were getting instant feedback. They were improving every single call. This is insane. It'll also help you summarize objections, buying signals, and missed opportunities. So we just uploaded about 100 sales calls into AI, okay? And we said, go watch all of these. What are the top 4 objections you are hearing? Guess what? Now, we kind of knew, I think you kind of know, but they gave us really specific details. So what did we do with that knowledge? We took it back to the sales team and we said, we are going to role play and run these 4 objections over and over and over and over until it is just in your brain how you respond when somebody says, I need to speak to my husband. So whatever it is, you've got to figure out what are your objections, which how easy to have it plugged right in here, and then start actually working on overcoming them. Another one you can do is smart scripts. So ask AI to write 3 variations of your current discovery call script, or when somebody picks up the phone, what are they saying, right? You could have one where it's for emotional buyers, one for analytical buyers, one for value seekers, because we're all different, right? I don't know about you, but I'm just so fast. I'm already sold when I jump on calls. I already know, I've done my research. I know I want to buy. I'm just tell me the price. Let's get this over with. Let's move. You should talk to me way different than somebody who's a little scared. They are buying on emotions. They're a little nervous, right? They're not completely on board. They're a little hesitant. Very different script for somebody like that. All right, this one's a good one. Chat AI sales assistant. Let AI handle the I'm just curious messages in your DMs with pre-trained responses that will guide people to your booking link. This is going to be huge. So again, this is going to be that ManyChat tool that we're using specifically. We've also started using a software called Revio, R-E-V-I-O, Revio.com. And Revio is basically a CRM for our DMs. So this has been massive. It really works with ManyChat. of kind of assigning leads, segmenting leads, saying, okay, this is somebody who's very cold, or this is somebody who's $1 million business owner. You definitely want it. We flag them as $1 million because that is somebody we know we have a lot to offer and we can show them a return on an investment very, very easily. So when I have a great offer or a promotion or something I've got going on, I'm going to go right after those $1 million business owners immediately. You can do offer testing. So you can feed your past offer results into AI to analyze your pricing and positioning. It'll actually highlight what language triggered basically conversions the most, right? So what am I saying? What's so funny is we started to, look at our sales calls, look at our DMs, look at our reels, and we would say things like, what are key phrases we were saying? Or what is the common theme? Out of all our best performing Facebook ads, what are the commonalities? Oh my goodness, I just re-record the same things over and over and over because I now know what works. So here's the deal. Sales shouldn't be guesswork. AI is going to help you see why people are buying so you can close smarter, harder, and just faster. And that brings me to gear number 4, which is the retention and re-engagement loop. So this is all about AI-driven loyalty. The sale is just the start. The real profit is in retention and reactivation. And so many people get so confused over this, or we are just brainwashed to think we need marketing. We need more leads, right? Why do I think this video is going to do well? Because it's marketing and everybody thinks that's what's missing in their business. They think if I could just blow up my marketing, everything will be okay. My friends, that is not how business works, okay? As I'm recording this, we are going to do about 15 million in annual revenue. Marketing is one piece of the puzzle. And I didn't start with marketing. I started with the back end. I was like, how do I create a phenomenal product that my people love and they will stay? So I will tell you this. Sometimes marketing doesn't work. Sometimes the algorithm messes things up, or there's something that goes on in the world, which we just had this happen. Something major happened in the world. And that week, our Facebook ads were horrific, which means our lead count dropped. Okay. Now we had a record month that month. How could that have happened? Our marketing tanked and we had a record month. We had the highest retention we have ever had in the history of the company. Retention literally saved us from having really low numbers because of something I couldn't control in the world. So we want to make sure that before you blow up marketing and sales, you have a phenomenal product on the back end. When you have a great product, number one, it's super easy to sell because I believe so strongly in my product. We have something we do in our program where we help you hire and train a right hand. We call that person an operator. And I had some people on the team because we have a guarantee. We're going to get your operator hired and trained and getting them break even so they don't cost you a penny within 30 days of bringing them on. And then my goal from there is to go from break even to profitable. And it's in 6 months, okay? And I had some doubters on my team. And I said to them, guys, I actually only need 90 days to do that thing. I gave myself a buffer of month 4, 5, and 6 because something could go wrong or they could make a bad hire and we have to do it again. So I was just telling them I am 1000% positive that is going to get that result. Plus we've had hundreds of people go through it and we have the feedback to show. And my team there, I could just see it in their faces. They were like, oh, you only need 90 days and we're giving them 6 months. Okay, this is a no-brainer. And what happened was everybody had such a high belief in what the program could do and how it was going to help these small business owners. Our sales started to skyrocket as well. So when you have a phenomenal product and everybody is 100% in belief of that product, it's very easy to sell. It's very easy to retain or to reactivate old clients and bring them back. We have so many old clients that had left, they'd gotten the result they came for, they left. We reached out, told them we just re-recorded Operator Optimizer 2.0, completely beefed it up, we added AI to it. It's insane. And we're getting old customers to say, yeah, I want to come back. Okay. So that's what reactivation is. Now, AI makes this part super, super simple. So you can use AI tools in your CRM to flag clients who haven't engaged or purchased in 60 days. And a trigger, right? An actual personalized "we miss you" sequence. So you want to start to identify, and you could even say, let's not have you identify, let's have AI identify what were some of the things that were happening before this person left, right? And it could say, For us, we know if they start missing their coaching calls, that is a big thing. When people come to our private one-on-one coaching sessions, they actually get something out of it. So they are 10 times more likely to stay. But if they're missing that, that's a big deal. So we start to watch what is happening. Oh, shoot, she canceled her first one. Sounds like not a big deal, but that is the start of how they cancel number 2 and number 3 because they get busy, right? My person is very busy and we have to show them that this is going to be the best use of your time. So get on that call. Let's get cleared up, get motivated, and get going. Okay, so what are some things you can do with AI to figure out why people are churning or AKA leaving? You can also do AI testimonials. So after every service, have AI draft a review request text that feels human and specific to that client's experience. There are so many people that would leave you a testimonial if you just asked, but you're busy. So you don't ask. You have more important things to do, so you don't ask. What if it was an automated AI situation that asked? You would get more testimonials. Sentiment analysis. So you can feed client feedback or reviews into AI. So if you've got Google reviews, Facebook reviews, all of that, it will surface recurring themes you can fix before they become problems. I know it hurts when we get that negative review, but there is usually like a speckle of truth sometimes in those negative reviews. How can we start to see themes and say, maybe we really do need to fix this? Like maybe we really are, not showing up 100%, right? How can we use that to take back to the team? You can also do smart re-offers. So you can let AI segment past customers and predict what they're most likely going to buy next. Then create a targeted email campaign automatically. Now, if you're like, Stacey, I don't know how to do that. You just go into AI and you say the words I just said and say, help me create this. And it will do it because it knows. People said, do you think AI is going to make us dumber? I'm like, I am getting so much smarter because I am saying, hey, what is this? And it's telling me, I'm learning. Whereas I might have been embarrassed to say to a coach, I don't know what that word means. When I'm not embarrassed to ask AI anything. So I'm asking AI and it's giving me feedback and I'm like, oh. Like, how many times are you holding back questions because it's a dumb question, right? We do this all the time. Now, retention isn't about remembering to follow up. It's about building a loop that runs on autopilot. And here's this gear feeds the first one. So that's why we call it a marketing loop. Happy clients create content, testimonials, and referrals that drive new visibility, completing the compound marketing loop. So the more you focus on really making that product amazing, it's just going to feed the machine on the front end, right? So how are we growing so fast? We went from 2 million to 5+ million to 7+ million to 15+ million. Our goal next year is between 24 and 30 million. You guys, we are growing so quickly because we know how to do this loop and we're not just hyper fixated on marketing. We know the operations have to sustain it. So when you can do this and you know operations, your business has no other option than to grow. Now, you don't need another random post, another promo, or another viral reel. You need a compound marketing method focusing on these 4 gears that are running together with AI. And here's the deal. AI doesn't get burnt out. AI doesn't forget. AI isn't too busy to send that follow-up email. It just does it. So now we never stop spinning that loop, the visibility. We attract that new attention. We're fishing in new ponds, right? You've got that lead capture and nurture where you're building instant personalized follow-up systems so it warms them up faster. Then you get conversion. You train and improve your sales flow with AI feedback. Then, because we're focused on retention and re-engagement, we're turning clients into repeat buyers. And that repeat buyer is all of a sudden becoming our testimonial that we're using in marketing on the front end to get that new visibility. And the loop continues and the compound effect keeps going. Now, remember, I gave you a lot of tools, a lot of tips. If you message me on Instagram, at Stacey Tuschl, the word future, I'm going to have a ton of recommendations of things you can do based on where you're at in your business when it comes to marketing and AI. Now, when these 4 gears are aligned and AI powered, your marketing doesn't just work, it's learning, it's getting smarter. And that's what future-proofing your business really means. So get ahead of this before your competitors do.